is up, guys? EVP back with another video, and this one's crazy because the SB Storm from E-STRAPZ just arrived. And if you haven't been following the channel, behind me is the E-STRAPZ Ludicrous Plus. This bike got into a car accident. That's why we did not review it. We got the replacement parts coming for this bike, so as soon as we finish the SB Storm, we're going to be hooking this bike up to do a review on it as well. But let's get back to the video. Right here is the box for the E-STRAPZ Storm, and I'm not going to bore you guys with all the unboxing, so we're going to get straight into it. Oh, it's not done yet. Hold on.
I'm moving sluggish cause I sit inside my cup, come on, okay? We can pull up quick and make it sing just like Madonna. Just because I'm rich, this bitch gon' eat it up around her. I got dollars, I tell baby I'm about business, pop your collar. I'm a problem since the day that I got in this, I've been ballin'.
And the bike is done. I also have two bikes side by side for comparison for sizing. So this is the SB Storm with the 17-inch supermoto wheels next to the surron. And the surron does have bigger wheels. I believe they're 19-inch wheels on the surron, and I'm gonna put them side by side. But just looking at them, the seat height on the Storm is actually lower than the surron. The Storm and the surron do have a pretty identical, if not actually identical, wheelbase, but that is with the smaller wheels. It does come with the option to have off-road wheels, which I will show you guys right now. So this is the off-road wheel for the SB Storm, and this is the sizing for the off-road wheel right here. It's 100 by 90, and it's an 18-inch wheel. In the front is 80 by 100, and it's a 21-inch wheel. So that's significantly bigger than the surron. With them side by side, you can see the seat height is pretty much spot on. Let's see from this angle. Yeah, you can see the surron's a little bit taller, but you can definitely see from the back how that 3-inch wheel is a lot skinnier than these 4-inch wheels. Now these bikes actually have another thing in common, and that is the powertrain. The surron has a mid-drive motor that then goes to a belt drive that goes to a chain drive. And the Storm has the same configuration, and they have a mid-drive motor going to a belt drive and then to a chain drive. Now, when I heard that this was the same powertrain as the surron, I did get a little bit worried about whether or not this belt could handle the power of the Storm. And I was told that this belt is not only wider, but it is actually way more durable than the surron. And you also get a 6,000-mile warranty on the belt, so if it breaks, they will replace it. A key difference between the Storm and the surron, along with E-Ride Pro and Talari, because they all are similar, is that the Storm uses motorcycle grade components, whereas the surron and the other bikes use mountain bike grade components. Now that brings me to another difference between the SB Storm and the surron, and that is that the SB Storm can be spec'd out with a street kit. The street kit gives you turn signals, front and rear light, a horn, and you even get mirrors. To turn the Storm on, you have a key. Well, you also have a key fob to lock the bike when you walk away. So here you have a very cool screen that had a cool boot up feature. My bad. When you pull the brake lever, it'll go out of park into drive. You'll see here it says ready. If my camera focuses, it says ready right there. And then here it shows you what gear you're in. And it's not actual gears. However, you have a mode switch. And each mode switch limits the power of the bike. So mode 1 is basically eco mode. So let's see when we switch to mode 2. You see it switches to gear 2 and then gear 3. So this bike is pretty cool. You have your turn signal switches here. And here I'll show you guys the turn signals along with on the front. They're pretty bright. And you have the same thing for the right, along with your horn. And your front light actually has two different lights on the headlight. You have your white lights and then you have your amber lights, which you can see on my hand. And if you guys don't know what amber lights are for, that's for when you're going through dust or fog. The amber light actually cuts through so you can still see ahead of you, and the white light is for just normal daytime or nighttime riding. One more thing about the display that I forgot to mention is that it has a charge port where you can charge your phone or any accessories you have for the bike. And if you're already familiar with E-STRAPZ because you're not new to the channel and you've seen my previous videos, you can tell that that turn signal is different than the ones they had before. So right here is the E-STRAPZ Cyclone Mark II. However, this is a 2023 model. Those are a 2024. So these are the old turn signals, and you can see that the new ones are much brighter, and in my opinion, they look way nicer.
Alrighty, guys, let's get the surron out the way. Oh.
So a feature I also just realized when I moved the surron out the way is that the bike went back into park mode because I was not touching it for a certain amount of time. So now I can throttle the bike and it will not move. So that's a good safety feature if you're letting your friends be around the bike and you're showing them the bike. People love grabbing throttles. I hate that. It's so annoying. So now that's enough talking about the bikes and comparing it to other models. Let's talk about the Storm's specs. So this bike has a 72 volt, 75 amp hour battery that puts out 220 amps of continuous power and 325 peak for 10 seconds. The controller on this bike is a 200 amp far driver controller, and it has a heat sink that keeps it cool. Those two things together let this motor put out 14,000 watts of peak power, and I already know a lot of you guys are going to tune this bike to put out even more. Alright guys, so right now we are on the SB Storm. We're in mode 1, so this is like your e-bike mode if you're just cruising on the sidewalk, or if you're just cruising on the street or the bike path. It locks the bike around 28 miles per hour, 28 miles per hour. It makes the throttle super slow, really smooth. We have it set to 0 to 60 and quarter mile. Mode 3. Alright, we're at 97%. Let me unplug my phone. When it turns green, I'm gonna go. Alright, now we're going 50, 60. Damn. What did it say? Top speed was 65 on the display, but I feel like we went faster than that in my opinion. The screen was saying 81, but do keep in mind it has the supermoto wheels on it right now, and I did not change any of the settings, so this is meant for the off-road wheel set to be on it. It said our quarter mile was 16.2 seconds, which is faster than my car. Sad. It's kind of sad. Our 0 to 60 was 11 seconds. Our top speed was 65. So we're going to try that the other direction because we were actually going uphill. As you can see, there's an incline right here. You can tell by that massive house that's floating. It's actually a garage. But we're going to do the same thing downhill, and we're going to see what we get. I also had to go around the car. I slowed down for a second because I noticed I was hauling on that car.
If I've ever gone on this, it's 41.4. And I was full stop.
Something smells like smoky. Make sure it's not this. It's not. It is very cold actually. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright. Let's see what we get going this way. Right now we already say 78 on the screen. $89. We're definitely going faster. 90. Woo! Holy! This bike is moving, but the thing is, it feels so stable. It hit 72 miles per hour. Hey, 72. We did the quarter mile in 15.5 seconds, and we did 0 to 60 in 8.1 seconds. That is pretty freaking crazy. We don't even have the torque sprocket on this bike, so the quarter-mile speeds and the 0 to 60 speeds are going to be way slower. When we put the torque sprocket on this bike, I already know the launching is going to be crazy. So now we're going to move down. We're going to go to the other GPS system. Let me see. And here's the surron with the torque sprocket. So while we're here, we might as well do a roll. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, he's already going. And gone. Gone. So this is going 49. Let's see. 7. We're going uphill, by the way. Max speed 65 up the hill. Man, this bike is no joke. Out of the box, you're getting a 72 volt, 75 amp hour battery with a bike that performs crazy. In front of me, I have the brand new E-STRAPZ SB Storm. I have the Surron Light BX. I have the E-STRAPZ Cyclone Ludicrous Plus, and I have the E-Ride Pro